Why do Russian submarines are so different from their American counterparts in nearly every aspect of design, strategy, and execution? It's a silent battle beneath the waves, a contest of innovation, power, and secrecy that has shaped naval warfare for decades. What makes Russian submarines so different, and could these differences decide the fate of future conflicts? The Cold War ignited an underwater arms race, pushing both nations to the limits of technological advancement. The United States, with its industrial might and meticulous engineering, built submarines designed for precision, stealth, and endurance. Meanwhile, Russia, shaped by its unique geography and military philosophy, forged submarines with raw power, unconventional designs, and a willingness to take risks that the West often found unthinkable. One of the most striking differences lies in the sheer size and structure of Russian submarines. While American submarines prioritize streamlined efficiency, Russian designs often favor size and multi-role capabilities. The Typhoon class, the largest submarine ever built, is a prime example. These behemoths, measuring 175 meters in length and displacing over 48,000 tons when submerged, were designed to operate in the harsh Arctic environment, carrying 20 RSM, 56 Bulava ballistic missiles, and even featuring onboard saunas and swimming pools to support long deployments. In contrast, the U.S. Ohio-class submarines, at 170 meters in length and displacing 18,750 tons, focus on stealth and strategic deterrence, carrying 24 Trident II missiles. Speed is another defining factor. The Russian Alpha class, a submarine that seemed almost futuristic when it first appeared, remains one of the fastest attack submarines ever built. With a titanium hull and a liquid metal-cooled reactor, it could reach speeds of 41 knots, 76 kilometers per hour, and dive to depths of 800 meters, far exceeding most American submarines. The U.S., on the other hand, prioritized quieter operations over raw speed, ensuring their submarines could remain undetected for extended periods. The Virginia-class attack submarines, for example, emphasize stealth and intelligence-gathering capabilities, operating at speeds of around 25 knots, 46 kilometers per hour, with highly advanced sonar systems. Sonar technology and stealth capabilities also tell a compelling story of divergence. American submarines are renowned for their near-silent operation, using cutting-edge anechoic coatings, pump jet propulsion, and noise-reducing designs to evade detection. Russian submarines, while sometimes noisier, compensate with aggressive tactics and disruptive technologies. The Akula class, for example, introduced improved noise reduction measures, forcing the U.S. Navy to rethink its anti-submarine warfare strategies. The Syeverodvinsk class, Yazan class, is Russia's latest nuclear-powered attack submarine, designed with advanced sonar and stealth coatings, bringing it closer to American standards in acoustic quieting. Weaponry and firepower take the contrast even further. U.S. submarines rely on a mix of precision-guided torpedoes, land attack cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles to neutralize threats from the deep. Russian submarines, however, are designed with a philosophy of overwhelming force. The Oscar class, a massive cruise missile submarine, was built to unleash a devastating barrage of supersonic P-700 Granite missiles against enemy carrier groups. More recently, Russia's Belgorod submarine carries the Poseidon, an underwater nuclear drone capable of creating radioactive tsunamis, a weapon unlike anything in the American arsenal. Meanwhile, the U.S. Columbia-class submarines, set to replace the Ohio class, will continue to serve as the backbone of America's nuclear deterrence strategy well into the 21st century. The role of submarines in each Navy's strategy reflects their distinct military doctrines. The U.S. Navy sees submarines as part of a larger, integrated force designed to project power globally. Their primary mission is to deter, gather intelligence, and eliminate threats with precision strikes. Russia, facing a different set of challenges, relies on submarines to compensate for its weaker surface fleet. They act as strategic deterrents, asymmetric weapons, and unpredictable threats that can disrupt enemy plans in ways traditional naval forces cannot. Perhaps the most surprising difference is the level of secrecy surrounding these underwater giants. The U.S. maintains tight security over its submarine operations, but Russian submarines have a mystique that often borders on the mythical. From unconfirmed sightings of mysterious deep-diving vessels to secretive undersea missions, Russian subs have been at the center of countless Cold War legends. Some believe that certain Russian submarines, like the Losherik As-31, operate at depths no American vessel can reach, tapping into undersea cables or even testing next-generation propulsion systems far beyond public knowledge. Another critical difference lies in crew training and operational philosophy. The U.S. Navy places significant emphasis on highly structured training regimens, discipline, and strict operational protocols. American submariners undergo extensive training in simulated environments before ever stepping aboard a vessel. Russia, on the other hand, has historically had a more flexible and sometimes unpredictable approach. While Russian submarine crews are well-trained, their operational culture allows for more improvisation and high-risk tactics. This can be both an advantage and a liability in high-stakes confrontations. The technological gap between Russian and American submarines has fluctuated over time. During the Cold War, Soviet submarines were often noisier and easier to track. However, advancements in Russian naval technology have closed the gap significantly. The Boryai-class ballistic missile submarines, which replaced the aging Delta and Typhoon classes, feature advanced reactor designs, improved sonar capabilities, and superior missile technology. Meanwhile, the U.S. Navy continues to refine its submarine fleet with enhancements in stealth, automation, and weapons guidance systems. Geopolitical considerations also play a major role in how these submarines are deployed. The U.S. Navy operates globally, maintaining a presence in the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, as well as the Mediterranean. American submarines regularly patrol international waters, conducting surveillance and intelligence-gathering missions. Russia's naval strategy, by contrast, is heavily influenced by its geography. With much of its access to the sea limited by ice and narrow straits, Russia has focused on protecting its Arctic interests, securing strategic naval choke points, and maintaining a credible nuclear deterrent. The intelligence battle between the two nations has also played a critical role in shaping submarine technology. Espionage, leaks, and intelligence warfare have influenced designs, leading to countermeasures on both sides. Incidents like the John Walker spy ring, which provided the Soviets with critical U.S. submarine intelligence, and the Farewell dossier, which helped the U.S. track Soviet technological developments, have altered the course of underwater warfare. In recent years, both nations have experimented with unmanned underwater vehicles, UUVs, and autonomous submarine technology. The U.S. has been investing in drone submarines capable of extended operations without a human crew, while Russia has hinted at developing deep-sea robotic systems designed for both military and civilian applications. The potential for AI-driven underwater combat is on the horizon, adding yet another layer to the silent arms race beneath the waves. Despite their stark differences, Russian and American submarines share one undeniable truth. They are the ultimate weapons of stealth, power, and strategic influence. As new technologies emerge, the underwater chess game between these two naval superpowers will continue to evolve. Whether through advancements in stealth, speed, or firepower, the silent war beneath the ocean's surface is far from over. One area where Russian submarines stand out is their deep-diving capabilities. The K-222, also known as the Papa class, was once the fastest submarine in the world, capable of reaching 44.7 knots, 83 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, the Soviet-developed Project 685 Plavnik, also known as the K-278 Komsomolets, was built with a titanium hull that allowed it to dive to an astonishing depth of 1,000 meters. This is in contrast to American submarines, which generally prioritize endurance over extreme depth capabilities. Another striking difference is in special operations submarines. The Russian Navy operates unique vessels like the Podmoskovy BS-64, a modified Delta IV class submarine designed to carry mini-subs for deep-sea missions, reconnaissance, and possible undersea warfare. The U.S., on the other hand, relies on the highly secretive USS Jimmy Carter, a modified Seawolf-class submarine capable of deploying specialized equipment, tapping into undersea cables, and performing intelligence operations that remain largely classified. Finally, the rise of hybrid and unmanned submarines is shaping the future of underwater warfare. Russia's status, 6 Poseidon, an autonomous, nuclear-powered torpedo capable of traveling vast distances underwater before delivering a nuclear payload, presents a new kind of threat. The U.S. is developing its own underwater drone capabilities, such as the Orca Extra-Large Unmanned Undersea Vehicle, XLUUV, designed for reconnaissance and combat support. In addition to these, Russia has been developing the Surrogate, an unmanned underwater vehicle meant to simulate enemy submarines for training and decoy purposes.